Good morning, YouTube. To all my replay watchers, hope you're all doing well. Hopefully we'll get a little crowd in here. I have about a 45-minute, 50-minute ride ahead of me going to Jersey. So if you'd like to take the ride, you're more than welcome. Come on down. Come on down, folks. We're going to take a ride. We're in Queens right now, Howard Beach, Queens. 150, what are we on? 160th and 91st. We're going to hop on the Belt Parkway. We're going to go through Staten Island, go over the Goethals Bridge, and into basically the Linden, Elizabeth area is where I'll shut it down. My eventual destination is to around Newark, basically, but I'm going to make the first stop. I'll stop at a 7-Eleven over in Linden, Elizabeth area. That's usually where I like to grab a extra coffee before going in again. It is Columbus Day. We also saw Tommy Stiggs yesterday at the parade and his show this morning. Carmela Falco, how you doing? You're from Elizabeth. Well, that's funny, Elizabeth. Yeah, I come over the Goethals Bridge, and you can either get on that 278 to 19 for a second, or I take that side street, but not Bayway, hang left, and then maneuver around. You'll see if you're still with me. You'll see. Which way do I want to go? Let's go this way. School camera here, so this is a school zone. See that school camera on the right? And it's a 20-mile-per-hour speed limit. So they give you 10 miles per hour over. James Jameson, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, it is a crystal clear. It's a cool but perfect fall day. And like I said on my last live stream, I know the majority of the population enjoys the fall. Me, personally, I love the heat. I love hot. I love humidity. That's just me. So to me, I'm like, this right now, this is fine, but it's just it's a preview to what's to come, and it's not wonderful. It really isn't. I think it's right now. See, the thermostat in this vehicle doesn't work, so I can't tell you what the vehicle is telling me, but I'll open up the weather app real quick. So right now in New York City, it is 50 degrees. Woo! I mean, 50 degrees. The high is going to be 62. 62. Thank you. So, Carmela, I slept with my air conditioner last night because, our bedroom is it's hard to explain, but the bedroom is in the front of the house. And if the wind's coming off the south, there's no airflow through the windows. So you can crack the windows, but there's no airflow coming in. It was, weird. So the bedroom was still warm, so to speak. What I did is I bought one of those cheap little thermostats, like a 99-cent thermostat. Well, not 99 cents, maybe it was a couple of dollars. And I put it up in the room just because in your head, sometimes you feel cold, your body's cold, but it's not really that cold, just to see the temperature of the room. And figured out that I like my sleeping temperature in the room to be between 66 and 68. And last night, with the windows open for a while, the room was at like 71, 72. And it doesn't sound like much, but it's much. I'll wake up in a sweat because of that. Scottish Deborah, how you doing, Scottish? It is a lovely morning. Lovely, lovely morning. We're in Howard Beach, Queens right now. We're going to get on the Belt Parkway, which is right in front of us, that overpass. That's what we're getting on. We're going to travel across Brooklyn, the south coast of Brooklyn. As my thumbnail, if it's uploaded, it should have. They call it the Belt Parkway because it wraps around Brooklyn like a belt. 68 still sounds high. Well, I know from your neck of the woods. To put it into perspective, James Jameson, to me, the perfect weather is South Florida. That to me, it's like, well, it's always warm. I can deal with the quote unquote extreme heat. To me, 91 sunny and humid is appealing. I'm not gonna lie, it's very appealing. What we have today, a high of 62, is not. 68 still, I get it. Carmela Falco sleeps at 72. Hey, you know. But now let me caveat this a bit. Full blanket entourage is used throughout the winter and the summer. So, a down comforter, or, one of those fleecy things, and another one of them fleecy things on top. Why is that lady waving? I don't know why she's. So, let me just preface that by, loving a room that's right around 68 degrees, 66 in the middle of the summer, when it's, your body temperature is risen and the core of the earth is warmer. Yeah, give me 66. But again, blankets to the T. So this is the question of the year. When are myself and my girl moving to Florida? My best prediction, Carmela, would be in about 12 years. Yeah, that'd be best prediction. About 12 years. My daughter. Well, hold on. See, I forget. So my daughter's 9 years old. So I wouldn't be leaving the New York metropolitan area until she goes to college. So obviously my math was way off. Maybe call it 10 years to be safe. 10 years. 18, 19 years old. James Jameson, you got that right, sir. Can you even give me when Yankees for Life comes on and he talks about the 100 degrees that he has down there in southern Texas, another red state for now. I love it. It sounds appealing. It really does. Yeah, 10 years, yeah, it'll fly, I know. Right now we're trying to figure out what to do locally, even though it's the worst time in the history of this planet to purchase a home. What to do? Stay in Queens, go out to Long Island. Can't really go to Jersey because the girl works on Long Island, so it wouldn't really work out too well for her. There's a lot to consider. There really is. Obviously, my daughter too. Major consideration. Mr. Thomas Stiliano, Social Club. Good morning, sir. I'm going to Jersey. I'm meeting some Tommy, one of the vendors that we use, one of their regional or national manager or some crap is coming into town. Actually, he's from Jersey, weirdly enough, but he's the national or I don't know, Northeast manager or something. He's coming into my warehouse to meet me at 10 o'clock this morning, 9:30, 10 o'clock this morning, around the Elizabeth area. I don't want to give it up exactly where I'm going, you know what I mean, with these crazies. But around Elizabeth. So I got to be there for 10 o'clock. Probably going to do a lunch, which you'd probably know better than me. Tommy, we're going to go to lunch over there. I think there's a pizzeria that's not half bad over in Roselle Park that they go to. But yeah, where I'm gonna go right now, since I have time, because I left early, obviously. It's a holiday today, so there's less traffic, which is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing. So I know there's a 7-Eleven I go to that I believe is in Linden. It's just over the Goethals Bridge. I don't get on the Turnpike or the 278 over there. I kind of get on that exit for the Bayway, but I don't get on the Bayway. Maneuver around, and I get to a nice little 7-Eleven. It's nice and cozy in Linden. It's nice and cozy, Linden. It reminds me of being in the boroughs, Nice cozy atmosphere. When I go out to Jersey, I feel like I'm on vacation. When I go to North Jersey, when I go out to, the Wine Guild area, and I go out to all those areas, I feel like I'm in the Poconos at times, in Pennsylvania. But when I'm in Linden, it's a little more cozy, you know what I mean? Co-Train, how you doing, buddy? You find yourself a job yet? Co-Train. Well, you celebrating the day off today. Well, what is it? I know Tommy Stiggs got the day off. That's wonderful. You're saying your company gave you the day off. Not me. I have not had Columbus Day off ever. The closest I came to having Columbus Day off was marching in the parade in New York City in high school. We would march in the Columbus Day parade in Manhattan. You know, kind of a day off. But a day off from school? Forget it. You got to be kidding me. Interesting. Yeah, Roselle Park, Roselle Park, Linden, Elizabeth, they, in all seriousness, they have they don't feel like the boroughs to me. They feel more like a Nassau County, like a Hempstead, or Valley Stream, Elmont, like a gritty suburb, if that makes sense. Northern Jersey, Carmela Falco, is beautiful. North Jersey, I'm really starting to learn the lay of the land, taking 280 out, getting up there, and even I have a few customers out west, almost to the Pennsylvania border. A few of them up by 80, a few of them down by 78, and I love going north and south, out west, riding through farmland. And then I have a few customers down in like the Princeton area and Flemington. I love, taking 287, I guess, and then back roads back into that Western Jersey, Northwest area. It's beautiful. Tommy Stiggs, yeah, not wealthy, but nice. Yeah, reminds me of, my part of Brooklyn. Or even, but I think more like a Elmont, Valley Stream. All of a sudden, good to see you, buddy. Very nice to see you all of a sudden. It was a pleasure. Yeah, Tommy, I know you love talking Jersey. It's funny because I really didn't know it until I started this new position where I took over this Jersey territory. I really didn't know it. I know, my cousin lives in Hackensack. My aunt lives in Hackensack. My cousin lives in Rutherford. They all my life they've been coming this way. I really didn't go that way. All the holidays, birthdays, the whole 9 yards. It's always been my parents, my side of in Brooklyn that's always hosted. So my experience with Jersey has been, going to their place in those areas, which to me again reminded me of Long Island. Very Nassau County-ish. Long Island. You can tell you're right outside of New York City, but you're not in New York City. You get that extra little yeah, sure, guy, just blow all your rocks all over my car. You get all your little extra breathing space, but it's got the grit, it's got the feel to it. And then obviously, riding through it. You go to Ocean City, you got to go through Jersey. You go to the Poconos, you got to go through Jersey. You go, anywhere besides north, you're going through Jersey. So riding 80 all the way out, riding 78 all the way out, riding the turnpikes in the end. But in getting out into Jersey and recognizing it for the state that it is, it's its own state. Like I've said it before, New Yorkers are so jaded in their sense that, New York City is the center of the universe, and everything outside of New York City is just a suburb of New York City. So to us, like as a lifelong born and bred New York City person, you don't recognize New Jersey as an independent, major American state with its own major American cities and its own suburbs and its own state. We see it as just a suburb of New York, like we see Long Island, like we see Westchester. Long Island and Westchester are part of New York State. Jersey is its own entity, and if you're familiar with the way the United States works, federalism, complete different governments. The only things that we share are the bridges and tunnels, the Port Authority. That's it. Different area codes, different zip codes, different tax structures. As Yo Ange, how you doing, Yo Ange? Good to see you. Yo Ange is wonderful. Yo Ange has a channel, and I took a break off of this, so I might have some new people coming around. Like, for example, Carmela Falco. if you like these rides, you guys might like Yoange's channel. I can't drop the link right now. I don't want to steer off the side of the Belt Parkway, but if there's a moderator in here, or I'll do it maybe next time or whatever, Yoange's channel. If you could drop her channel, if you can. If not, we'll get you next time, Yoange. But she's a New York City woman. She lives on the Upper West Side, I believe. So she's in Manhattan, and she walks around a lot. So she gives you a kind of that better on the ground feel. She'll just walk around the neighborhood. She'll pop into a store here and there. She'll go, grocery shopping, this, that, and then she'll chats where she sits, hangs around, does like the Tommy Stiggs, the Pindu thing where she, hanging out, just talking to the crowd, chatting it up. Her and her husband will take trips like this to the Bronx every once in a while. They'll go to Little Italy. They love going to Little Italy and exploring all the Italian foods down there. So if you like the idea of a live look into New York City on the ground level, sub to Yoange. She's got a great little channel now. So I'm on the Belt Parkway now. Brooklyn, South Shore of Brooklyn. About to cross over that halfway point that I kind of talk about. Crossing over Ocean Parkway, you have Sheepshead Bay and Coney Island to our left. We're going to come up to Gravesend. This neighborhood here, like if we were to get off this exit right here, would be Gravesend, Brooklyn. So Gravesend, Gravesend is not. Thank you, Coach Train. Thank you, buddy. Gravesend is not part of Bensonhurst. It's not technically part of Bensonhurst. This is Gravesend to the right. And then Bensonhurst is further down. Also, Bath Beach. Bath Beach is not part of Bensonhurst. Those are 3 separate entities. Bath Beach, Gravesend, Bensonhurst. This here is Gravesend. Coney Island to the left, Gravesend to the right. You'll start to see the Verrazano Bridge off to the distance. We've got some time before we hit that bad boy, though. Let's see. Let's see if any traffic is building. Yep, so we got about 4 miles to the bridge. That'll take us into Staten Island. My estimated time arrival to the 7-Eleven is approximately 9:15. So I'm going to be early. Early is on time. I hate being late. Thanks, Coach Train. Coach Train, you might get branded one of the best wrenches on the tube lately. I know you're right, You know what I mean? That's good work, Coach Train. That's good work right there. It's good work. Thank you. At least you got something accomplished today. You know what I mean? Just kidding. Oh, Coach Train. Are you on a Coach Train? What? I mean, have you been? I know you haven't been following baseball at all, but it looks like the Phillies might knock off the Braves, which is, I don't really want to get into a sports talk right now, but just because whatever. Without baseball, I don't want to talk sports. But can you imagine the Phillies knock off the Braves? Yeah, I appreciate that. So now, Yoange, I've always said that, if I hit the Powerball, yeah, I'd get myself a condo in Florida or something. Obviously, I'd be getting something out of state, without a doubt. But I'd get myself an apartment in the city. If I could afford to live in the city and have everything I do in the city and not have to worry about transportation, and it was feasible, I would love to live in Manhattan, in the city. Ayaz Dar. Long time no see, Ayaz. I'm a little tired today, Ayaz. I was supposed to be right behind you. That was the plan. I was supposed to be right behind you, but once our buddy shows up, forget about it. Forget about it. Hope you're doing well. Oh, Tommy Stiggs, you check out. So for all that don't know, Mr. Ayaz Dar is a huge Atlanta Braves fan. May I add, he's living in New York. Again, for anyone, I'll say it a little louder because maybe I got the phone a little further away. You know what I mean? Ayaz Dar. Oh, look at this Palestinian flag on the right. That's great, buddy. That's good with your freaking Palestinian flag. That's wonderful. Ayaz, you want to get into that a little bit? You want to get into that conversation a little bit? Or you want to talk Braves? You want to talk Palestine or Braves? Which one, Ayaz? No Palestine. What was I going to say? Oh, that's right. That's right. Ayaz Dar, the guy from New York who's a huge Braves fan. Braves. Atlanta Braves. You might as well have one of those flags flying on your car over there. All right, so this is the bridge, Verrazano Bridge. Yeah, right, Braves. Let's talk Braves. I don't give a crap where you were born. What born? My dad was born in Havana. Does he? He's a Yankee fan. What are you trying to say? Guy. Give me that guy. Born in Atlanta. Unbelievable. Yeah, Tommy, I know you love downtown Manhattan. You don't understand what I'm saying. You love it down there, Mulberry and all those areas. I mean, the thing is, for me, is I've always been a driver. I'm over. Guys, don't say that. People think. What's funny is there's a person in our little community, Ayaz, that he goes by the screen name of Cuban B. People are gonna see that and think that's my dad. But Tommy, yeah, no, you understand what I'm saying. My thing is that, like yourself though, I know yourself, you're a driver, you like to drive, and you being right there 20 minutes into Mulberry. But the funny thing is, speaking of my dad when he came over from Cuba, him and his parents, and my grandparents, they lived in Manhattan. They lived on the Upper West Side. And I break his chops to this day saying, why did you leave there for the friggin' South Brooklyn? He was on 79th Street between Amsterdam and Columbus. Yo, Ange, you know where I'm talking about. Yo, Ange. 79th Street between Amsterdam and Columbus, across from the museum. One of those buildings right there, middle of the block. My grandfather was the super. So my father and his parents and my aunt lived in that building on 79th Street between Amsterdam and Columbus. My grandfather was the super. The neighborhood started to change a little bit. My aunt went to Jersey. My dad went to my dad went to the Bronx first, met my mother, and then went to Brooklyn. And that was that. Oh, yo, Ange. Oh, I know. Can you imagine? Imagine I say, oh, yeah, I grew up on Street, 79th and what? Amsterdam and Columbus? Oh. Oh, oui. Yeah, now we all Brooklyn. 38th Street. How you doing? Oh, Manon. Yeah, that's what we really need to free. Although it's complicated. It's complicated. That's what I heard. That is actually right. Are you up north, James Jameson? Are you north of the border? But I did hear that Little Boy Wonder was, I do want to say, I don't want to get into it. It's just not good. I might do a show just about it and delete it, just because you know how YouTube is. YouTube is so ridiculous with this stuff. Needless to say, the shit that happened on Saturday and Sunday in southern Israel is disgusting. As a father of a daughter, disgusting. And by design, was meant for shock and awe. If you remember leading up to George W. Bush going into Iraq, weapons of mass destruction, we had pretty much handled the Taliban, not as well as we thought. Obviously, we had an insurgency in Afghanistan, but they were somewhat handled, right? We're about to go into Iraq, right? What was the term used by the administration, by the military? Shock and awe. shock and awe. We were meant to shock and awe the Iraqi army. We held back a bit. We really did. We didn't hit them with the full brunt. Shock and awe is what the Palestinian side did to not only Israel, but the Western civilization. That was shock and awe. Those images, I mean, it's sick. It's sick. And I'm not a snowflake by any means. I'll look up some gory videos every once in a while. Sick human beings. Sick. If you want to infiltrate and you want to go after military targets and you want to shoot soldiers and do whatever you want to do to soldiers, fine. You're just sick. Now, I think it's going to backfire on them because talking about shock and awe, Benjamin Netanyahu should shock and awe over the next 24 to 48 hours. Level the place. You've given their citizens and civilians ample enough time. They know what's going on. Level it. You gave them back the street. Whose land it should be or not, I don't know. All I know is that you guys came to this little solution here where you have two separate entities. Jerusalem is basically split in half. I understand that the Arabs think that it's all theirs from the Gaza Strip to Jerusalem. And I understand that the Israelis feel that that's their homeland that they fought for themselves and is theirs. And that they've given up land for the sake of peace. They've given up the Gaza Strip. The Gaza Strip saying that this is their way of breaking out is complete dog crap. And I think it's going to backfire because, let me tell you something. Now, you can tell by what I've just been saying for the past couple of seconds where I fall on this, right? But from an American perspective, because a lot of Americans right now to this day don't know what's going on in Israel. They have no clue. On Saturday afternoon, when I saw the headline that there was an incursion into Israel, I knew this was a problem. Because we all know that the Israelis do not mess around. And this whole time, at least in my history, from as long as I can remember, what it looks like or what the media makes it look like from our perspective is that the Palestinians, Hamas, whoever's in control over there, they lob a few rockets. They lob a few rockets at southern Israel. They lob a few rockets at Tel Aviv. They lob a few rockets over here. They lob a few rockets over there. Again, perspective, the way it's portrayed to us is then because Israel lobs because the Palestinians lob these rockets, Israel goes and bombards Gaza City. The way it's portrayed is that it's unequal, proportionate. It's unfair. Unfair that the Palestinians lob a few rockets and then Israel comes in and bombards them with one of the best air forces and best militaries on the face of this planet. Again, perception. The Israelis, again, recent history, past 20 years, past 25 years, talking about Israelis giving the Gaza Strip back to the Palestinians and back to Hamas. The Israelis have been arguing it's still not a great idea because we still have Hamas right on our border. From our perspective as Americans, we're looking at it like, well, protect your border, build a wall, don't let anyone in your border, let them have the Gaza Strip, let you live here. Again, as Americans, we've been viewing it. If they lob a couple of rockets, they lob a couple of rockets. The Israelis have been arguing, well, God forbid these animals get into our territory. You don't understand what they'll do to us. It's written in the charter. They'll slaughter us. They'll kill us. And look what happened. I am on the Staten Island Expressway, about to hit the Gothels Bridge, Tommy Sticks. Thank you for reminding me. Thank you for reminding me what I was doing. Yes, I thought we were supposed to be talking to the Braves. Where are you? That's all I'll say on that. And if that offended anyone, I don't know what to tell you. I really don't. Staten Island Expressway. So this is now the end of the Staten Island Expressway. We're about to head over the Gothels Bridge. So this will take us into the great state of New Jersey. New Jersey. Look at this. Look at this. Katie. I thought when that first popped up on the screen, I thought that said softball. And I was going to say, you know, that guy we know, he tried roping me into softball tonight and Wednesday. And I had to remind him that I am a participant in darts, and I cannot help him with his softball endeavors on Mondays and Wednesdays. I thought you were going to mention softball. I would love to play softball. You know I love softball. I love baseball. I love softball. I can't do it. Gothels Bridge. We go over this quite often with Dean Do when I'm on with Dean Do the other direction. We're coming back the other way. Man, my windows are foggy and kind of... What is going on? This weather's all messed up. I got to hit the defroster a little bit. Yeah, James Davidson. Bar darts. Darts. You know, 1080s, bullseyes. I'm in 2 leagues. Two friggin' leagues. Monday nights and Wednesday nights. Monday nights is in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. Wednesday nights is in Rockaway Beach, New York. There's 2 teams that are at Howard Beach, too, which is very convenient. But yeah, darts. So we're in Jersey. Welcome to New Jersey. I guess Elizabeth, right? This is technically Elizabeth. So to get onto the turnpike, you would take these left 2 lanes, which most people coming over this bridge, you're getting onto the turnpike to the left. Or you can go 278 to 1 and 9. You can go this Bayway Avenue. I'm going here. Again, I'm in Jersey now, so I don't really know these roads that much. I know my routes. I know how to get from point A to point B at this time. But this is where all like the oil refineries are. When you're on the turnpike and you see all the towers, the refineries, they're all back here. You'll see a little more as we travel a little further in. So this is Bayway, this road. I could take this in to where I'm going, but it's a little more congested. So I like going around this back way. Kind of goes through like a little neighborhood. Yeah, I know, Katie. He tried getting me. It wasn't happening. Oh, that's cool. James, that's cool. Yeah, so my buddies, a group of my buddies from Rockaway were really big into it in college. When I moved away out to the island for college, they got into it at the local bars and stuff. And then obviously with the big C that shut everything down, all those leagues stopped for like 4 years straight. So when we started kind of hanging out and going back out together, you know, they started practicing again, and they roped me into some darts. So it started with just Wednesday nights. I'm going to let this animal go before I get into a fight, because I really don't feel like fighting today. So I'm just going to let him go. I really don't feel like fighting people today. It started with just Wednesday nights in the Rockaway League. We did 2 years of Wednesday nights in the Rockaway League. We actually won the regular season championship in that for 2 years in a row. Well, we have good shooters. We really have good shooters. And the Rockaway League is very competitive, extremely competitive. We have very, very good shooters. Look at this guy who's in such a rush. He ain't going nowhere now. Look at him. He'll go around this truck, though. He'll go right around him. See? He'll go right around him. Go ahead. Go, buddy. Go ahead. Go right around him. See, the crazies are in Jersey, too. The crazies are in Jersey. So all of a sudden, I can't stand 01 because I'm terrible at math. I'm like, be cricket. Just let me play cricket. Because it's a league. So you know what? I'll try to, maybe I'll try to do a short tonight. Show you guys a little bit of the darts. Because we have it tonight in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. But the math is brutal. I need easy math. Like last week I was playing 01 and I was somehow I had 100 and something or whatever, 3 dart outs. Like I think if you have like 109, there's an out for that. There's an out for 109. I somehow got down to 48 and I'm like perfect because I like the right side of the board. So I had 48 left. I went first dart single 18 and then second dart double 15, boom. But darts is very cool. Very, very cool. So this is, I don't know, Tom, you say, we just crossed over 1 and 9. So I guess this is still Elizabeth, I guess. I know the 7-Eleven, which is a few blocks further down, is Linden. What road are we on? Let's see. I'm a tourist in Jersey. Park Avenue, Tommy Stiggs. I'm Park Avenue, Elizabeth, just crossed over 1 and 9. About to go through a park, which reminds me a lot of that park that Ralphie hangs out in. Actually, the 7-Eleven's before the park. East Linden Avenue. There's a gentleman club right here on the right-hand side. Heading towards a park. I can't pronounce the park though. Warrenarco Park? I don't know. Sound like a stunad when I'm trying to tell you where I'm at in Jersey. But yeah, darts is awesome. I hate the math of it. I'm like, my best math subjects in school were like geometry and stuff like that. I'm not I don't know. Like triple 18. What's triple 18? Like people just boom, bang it right out. Triple 19, boom. I gotta think about it in a couple of seconds. Thankfully, we used iPads now to keep score, so you could actually just type in the numbers. You could hit, like, if you hit a triple 19, you can hit 19, 19, 19, 19, and then whatever. You could put the math in. Gianni Catalano, how you doing, buddy? All right, let's go into the neighborhood a little bit. Let me see if I can get myself into the back road of this 7-Eleven. Let this pedestrian. All right, pedestrian. You either go, or I'm going to get smashed by this truck here. So you either got to one or the other. One or the other over here. There was a pedestrian on my left-hand side. You'll see him soon. I didn't want to, run him over. But in the meantime, we almost got it. This guy's going to let me go. That's very nice of you. I appreciate it. We'll flash the lights. This is a school zone, which typically I wouldn't want to go through. Oh, no, it's late. What are I talking about? It's 9:15. I'm thinking it's like 8:15. I was going to say there's no school today, though. Christopher Colombo Day. Yeah, Miss Falco. Very cool. Okay. Thank you. You let me go, too? Wow, Jersey people. 2 people just let me go. Like, they gave me the flashes to let me go. Come on. Katie, I was going to put this up on the screen. I'll take that right down. We can't say nothing bad about Jersey right now. Of course, that road's closed. Come on. Where am I? Look at this little neighborhood. Tommy, where am I, Stinks? Tell me this doesn't look like friggin' Nassau County. Or some parts of Queens. This could be Forest Hills. No, maybe a stretch with Forest Hills. What block am I? I can't make a left on this block now. Oh, here's the 7-Eleven. Look at this. Look at this. I made it to the 7-Eleven. All right, let's go over here. Let me park over here. Park over here. Say a couple of words. And of course, there's now the crowd's rolling in, right? The crowd's rolling in now. Oh man, I feel like I should go get my coffee and come back out and talk to you guys for a little bit because I still have like a half hour. Well, the guy told me I got 15 minutes. I hate ending this thing with people in here. I really do. I feel like it's I equate it to we're driving around and I'm just kicking you out of the car as we're still driving. People are trying to get in and I'm like, no, see ya. Gotta go. Got to go. Krumel, buddy, how you doing, man? Coming in at the end, Krumel. Sorry about that yesterday with that mix-up with the multiple streams going at one time. That was inadvertent. Yeah, you know what, Gianni? I will be right back, guys. I'll be right back. You know, I'll take you a couple more minutes. All right, let me go grab a coffee here from 7-Eleven, and I'll be right back, and we'll go over a little closer to where I gotta go, and then we'll do it like that. We'll do it like this and do it like that. Tommy Steaks, always a pleasure, man. Thank you very much. I'll be right back, guys. All righty then. Oh, hey, Tommy Steaks. I had to get a little coffee. You know, a little 7-Eleven, and then I got myself a glazed donut while I was in there. You can't pass up a glazed donut. I remember when they used to have the Krispy Kreme stationed in the 7-Elevens. Now they have their own kind of branded donuts that they're like Krispy Kreme, but they're a little bigger. They're delicious. Let me tell you something. Nice plain glazed donut. Ain't nothing like that. It's weird though. I can't eat it right now. I don't know. And wait a little bit. Oh, and I do want to say I don't know. I apologize for the little rant I just went on. Thank you, Tommy, for getting me off that. I don't want to, politics and stuff like that. Even forget YouTube. I know YouTube is great. Yeah, I don't want to alienate anyone. Like, I'll joke around with sports, and it's like the same thing as sports. Like, let's say I was serious about that whole thing with the Atlanta Braves. Like, now, like, I have someone in my chat that's really, pissed off at me. For what reason? So I apologize. I didn't mean to kind of. It's been brewing for the past couple of days. I haven't really talked to, besides my girlfriend and stuff like that. I really haven't talked to anyone about what's going on overseas. And I think that guy with the flag on the belt kind of really. I'm sorry. I just want to apologize. All right, guys. Sorry about that. And if I ever start going off on something like that, that's just a stupid conversation. Just ask me where I am. Tell me what road are you on, Skip? Krumel, I'm going over to the I don't know exactly what town it is. I'm sorry. I'm in New Jersey. I think Roselle Park is where I'm meeting this gentleman. Right now I'm pretty sure this is Linden. I'm meeting one of our vendors, their national guy or regional guy, or I don't even know what he is guy, but he's one of the vendors that I use. Their representative is coming into one of my warehouses, and just gonna go over some of the new stuff that they have and some of the new promotions that they have and all that jazz. And he suggested today, Columbus Day. Which it's a good day to come to Jersey just because it is and I appreciate you guys, your co-train and folks. I thank you. I appreciate that. I think you guys know where I'm coming from in the sense that I'm not looking there's another Jersey driver. Where'd that person come from? You want to take a guess as to where that person? Thankfully I saw that person. Because if you were looking through the front mirror like this screen is, you wouldn't have seen that person. Anyway, so this park, look at this park. This was I thought Ralphie was in this park one day. Like I talk to people that are from this area, like Carmela Falco. I'm sure you know this park, but like Jersey people I work with, I'm like, yeah, on the way here, I go through a park, and they're like, what park? I'm like, what do you mean, what park? There's a huge park in the middle of your town, city, whatever you call it, that I literally drive through. There's lakes, there's boats, there's playgrounds, people fishing. I like, what do you mean, what park? Oh, yeah, I do got to buckle up. Yeah, see, I heard that thing, and I was like, yeah, all right, hold on. All right, I'm good. But look at this park. Look at this place. Like, where am I? Right in the middle of Linden or Elizabeth. Again, I don't know which one exactly, but beautiful. Tell you, when I saw Ralphie I'm like, is he in that park that I through every day? Not every day, but yeah, this is wild. Very, wild. I usually don't spend a lot of time in this area of Jersey because we have warehouses in this area, but not many customers, because obviously the dealers, the outside dealers that I have are not right near our warehouses. That wouldn't make much sense. So a lot of our warehouses are in these areas. So I only have to come to for certain meetings like this, or people coming into town, the big shots, the hoity-toities, the important peoples. How you doing? Yeah, this is huge. I mean, now we're coming up to there's a whole football field over here. Yeah, whole football field. I mean, it's huge. It's huge. And he asked me, like, what park? What park? You could fit friggin' Brooklyn in this park. I gotta follow my GPS to get out of here, though. I don't know my way around here. There's a whole football field over to the right, and more softball fields up here. And then it's cool how it just empties out like right into the neighborhood. It reminds me of my neighborhood in Brooklyn, which is named Marine Park, which has a huge park in it. But it's similar to this, where like you come to this road right here, like look at this, guys, and it just dumps you right out into the neighborhood. Boom. No like huge park entrance like on Long Island, for example. On Long Island, when their parks, the state parks, they're more like big grand entrances or on the beach. This is very similar to a Brooklyn park, so to speak, like Marine Park, where it kind of just funnels right out into the neighborhood. But this is the area where I say it reminds me of, Nassau County. This is a bit hilly, this area, so it reminds me maybe more of like a Glen Cove. Assassino with the disclaimer. Assassino with the disclaimer. How are you doing, buddy? Good to see you, man. All right, so now I'm in Roselle, Carmela, because I think my final destination is Roselle Park, I believe. So it would make sense that I would have come out in Roselle. Thanks for joining, Assassino. I appreciate it, buddy. Ice skating rink in that park? There might be. I mean, I didn't even hit the whole thing. I just went through it. Yeah, Gianni, it'll start soon with this, because really this weekend was the first time we really had to chill. Like this morning was 50 degrees. Carmel, right here, I would say no. Carmela Falco and Tommy Stiggs would have a better idea of the demographics exactly of where I am. I would say no. Right here, no. But so it's funny you mentioned hot dogs. So Kenilworth, I've heard of that town. I don't know where it is. I don't think. Is it Kenilworth on Broadway? But speaking of hot dogs, Tommy Stiggs, I'll tell you guys a quick story. When I was growing up playing Summer League baseball, I became friends with this kid, Timothy Gavin, and I also became friends with his sister. So, and her whole thing, I was from Brooklyn, and a lot of the kids I played baseball with were from the suburbs, either from Long Island or from Jersey. So they, I was one of the few city kids that played on this team. So whenever we would be out in Jersey, like I remember this family, the Gavin family, they always try to make the point that like where they're from is not the country. Let's just so speak, because we would always be like, oh, you're from the country, and they would always be like, So this road right here, 616. If I would have made a left, right? If I would have made a left on that 616, which is Galloping Hill Road, right? When I was like, I don't know, Tommy, maybe 15, 16 years old, this family, they were from Union, New Jersey, but they were in like a nice part of Union, I guess. We went to watch a baseball game at Keene University, but then afterwards they took me to a hot dog place, which they were saying was like this famous hot dog joint, this and that. Turns out if you make that left on Galloping Hill Road right there, you pass right past it, and it's called Galloping Hill Hot Dogs or something. And there's like a catering hall next door. Do you know of that place? I don't have time. I got to meet this guy in 6 minutes. Otherwise, I would have made the left and gone and shown you. It's the route that I take to go to the Garden State. So if I'm leaving here, I would make that left on that road, and that takes me to the Garden State Parkway. But you pass a place called Galloping Hill. Yeah, in Union. Yeah. And there's a hot dog place, but it's a big, huge hot dog place. So is that like a Jersey thing? Is where I was going with this, because I feel like there are famous hot dog places that I see, or like I'll see hot dog, not only stands, but I mean, this place is there's a catering hall, and then there's like a big restaurant next to it with a big outdoor seating area, and it's a hot dog joint. Yeah, where is Cousin Paulie? Cousin Paulie was telling us he had a wedding this weekend. A 2-day affair. I have a wedding in 2 weeks. Actually, speak of the devil, the guy that's getting married, I just saw a text message come through on my phone saying that he's not going to make darts tonight. He's got some set of cojones, you know what I mean? Like he's got something to do in 2 weeks. So why are you getting married in 2 weeks? We got a dart game tonight. I just saw the text message come through. Unfortunately, blah, blah. Get out of here. Anyway. Yep. Okay. Yeah, Galloping Hill. Because I'm just recently, like maybe a month ago, I hang that left, going to the Garden State, and I pull up to the side of this place, this hot dog place, and it's like all the memories just flooded back to me, just flooded back. Like, oh my God, this is where this, the parents and the brother and the sister's friends, and we would, whenever we were in Jersey, she'd be like, you got to come. It's not the country. You got to check out Union. You got to check out these areas and come to this hot dog spot. And like it all came just rushing right back to me. It's like, oh my God, it's that place right there. And if I had to describe it, I don't know how I would describe it, before seeing it again as an adult. But just trying to think back to my 16-year-old self, I wouldn't even know how to describe the place. But the inn, right? The inn is the catering hall, right? That's kind of like behind it, and then the hot dog joint's like on the corner. Good stuff. Good stuff, Carmelo. I love having locals in here. I was saying once I start doing more Jersey stuff, I need the locals because I do not know Jersey. I know the major roads, I know the major interstates, but I do not know Jersey. I don't. I'm clueless out here. I use my GPS a lot. I've been learning, familiar routes. Like, a lot of the same routes I'll repeat, so I'm kind of learning them. But, guys, I have to run. I have to go into my warehouse. It's 9:27. This gentleman, I passed by and I saw his car is there already, so he's there already. He told me 9:30, 10, so I'm good. You know what I mean? Tommy, absolutely. I didn't think of it today just because I figured I got somewhere to go. But absolutely, that's why I like using StreamYard. And then, as I'm kind of getting more back into this, and when I have some of those, absolutely, Tommy, absolutely. How you doing, buddy? I'm not sure how to pronounce that, so I'll just say, buddy. Gianni, I'll see you, man. Tommy, thank you. Oliver, always appreciated. Everyone, Co-Train, the whole nine. Everyone that was in here, always a pleasure. Again, for Ollie and James, I'll try to get you a short of some darts tonight. We're down our best man. In all seriousness, that the gentleman that can't make it is our best man. He's a very, very good shooter. But I got to run, guys. I'll see you, all right? Have a great day. I'll see you over at Dean News probably. Peace.